Over 80% of the people that attended last year are back here tonight, and I can't thank you enough for that. So ladies and gentlemen, my name is Robert Frannicola. I am Angelo's son. I know I did say that earlier, but I just do love saying that. And just want to get everyone's attention just for a few moments. First, I want to start off. I want to thank my mom, Tony Frannicola, wife of Angelo. But more importantly, I'm 47 years old and my mother is still dressing me. So Mom, thank you so much for going to get Dad's tie so I can wear it tonight. I want to thank my sister Antoinette, Angelo's daughter. Her husband, Joe Giglio. My wife, Alicia. Angelo's 3 grandchildren that are here tonight. Salvatore, Michelangelo, and Tony Ann. On behalf of our extended family, the Kopitlowskis, the Bennetts, the McKennas, and Maggie Amadeo. We want to welcome you guys to our 2nd annual beefsteak fundraiser. So, why do we do this? How did this all start? Why are we all here? For those of you that heard me speak last year, I'm going to be a lot shorter than this year because there's people in this room that I can't wait to listen to, and that is not me. For those of you that don't know, in January of 2021, unfortunately, my father did contract COVID-19. And unfortunately, due to complications because of COVID, he passed on February 22nd of the same year. After he passed, obviously, you got to go through doing terrible things like planning a funeral. But at his funeral, even during COVID, there was lines to get in to pay respects to my father. Not only were there lines, there were so many people that showed up with envelopes, and they weren't just sympathy cards. Inside those cards, people had put a little bit of donation to help us get it through those tough times. What we did with every penny we got from the funeral was take that money and put that money back into an account to keep my dad's memory alive, to give it back to the community which he loved so much. My father loved all of you, and I'm sure more than 80% of this room knew my father. And not only did he know my father, they knew how much he loved helping people. How much he loved helping people, how much he loved talking to people. In fact, when my father was in the hospital, before he went onto a ventilator, unfortunately, he was on an oxygen mask. And his cell phone, he was still calling a lot of you. He was still texting a lot of you. In fact, we had to get Jimmy Stokel to send a message out to all the officials. If Angelo calls or texts, don't answer. He's there with a mask on and he's playing on his phone. But he loved being with all of you. He loved his community. He loved where he grew up in the city of Newark. And then when he moved into Nutley. For those of you who don't know, my father's career started after he graduated Montclair State. He did his student teaching at Nutley High School. And coming full circle, he ended his career as the athletic director of Nutley High School. Yeah, that's pretty, can't write it. Not only did he end his career at Nutley High School as the athletic director, he was so lucky to be elected as a Board of Education member, where he served with Debbie Russo. He was on the board with him. Because he loved his community and he loved helping. And we have such a strong community in Nutley. And in fact, I do want to thank some of the community leaders that are here tonight. Commissioner Mauro Tucci, Commissioner Dr. Joseph Scarpelli, Commissioner Alphonse Petracco, Board of Education member Tom D'Elia, Assemblyman Ralph Caputo. I won't say this, but my father goes back to North with Ralph, but we know it's a Nutley thing now. So what happened was, in 2022, following year, we started 2 scholarships. We started 2 scholarships, one for a male and one for a female, that were given to Nutley High School. And the qualifications you need for that scholarship money was you needed to be going on to education, anything that has to do with athletics. However it touches athletics. If you were going to college and you were going to play a sport, if you're going to college and you needed to further your education, whether it be sports management, physical education, that scholarship was there for you. And it's still there today for you. Not only that, we also have the money. There are some families that, I know that with Commissioner Tucci will tell you this, any child that wants to play any sport, not only in our town, but in any town, and they can't afford that sport, that child's still going to play it. However, they might not be able to afford a new bat, new pair of cleats, a new glove. Well, that's what this money is here for. We've talked to different people in town, and they are our eyes and ears, the coaches. No child is going to come to you and say, I need a new pair of cleats. But if they notice that they need that, we're going to get that money to them. Since last year, having our first raiser, and all of the generous donations that we received from you, not only do we do 2 scholarships in Nutley, but now we've connected with Week Wake High School, because my father was also the athletic director of Week Wake before coming to Nutley.